Hi there, and welcome to Tarot by Fernanda. I'm the psychic and tarot reader behind all the pick cards that you can find in this YouTube channel. Now, on today's reading, we're going to go over your predictions for the month of June, but really the focus, which is very unique in this channel, is that I'm focusing on your angels' messages and advice on how to better navigate your month for the month of June. So what you should be focusing on and what is not so transcendental or relevant for you in this period of time. And trust me, this really works. I did it myself also last month, and there were a lot of tough decisions I had to make, unexpected decisions, but because I had my angel's advice already of at this period of time, focus on this rather than this, it made it so clear for me of what was the right decision for me at this moment. So in front of you, you have three piles: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Take all the time you need to pick the right pile for you. Now, my suggestion is and will always be to pick with your body. So what I mean by that is pass your finger over the screen, whether it's your phone screen, your laptop screen, your iPad, wherever you're watching me from. And whenever you feel a tingle on your finger or somewhere else in your body, that is where you stop, and that is like wherever it's pointing to, that is a pile for you. Now, and this is because your body has a direct communication with your soul, and so the soul is letting your body know where there is information that you should listen to. And when we choose with our eyes, we're choosing with our ego. So our favorite color, our favorite number, our favorite crystal. And so we are really choosing what we want to hear rather than what we need or will be helpful for us to hear. Okay? That said, you can find the timestamp for each reading in the description box as well as in the comment section. Thank you so much to everyone that has supported me so far by subscribing, giving a like to all my videos, leaving a comment, even if it's just like a thanks or an emoji. I really, really appreciate that as this channel is, growing. And thank you so much, and I'll see you on your reading. Bye. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. I'm Fernanda. I'm the psychic and tarot reader behind all the pick cards that you can find in this YouTube channel, and I also have my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, for whoever is interested in a private reading. So now let's start with your predictions for the month of June. Really, I'm focusing on the energies at play during the month of June. Where you will find the opportunities and your angel's guidance on what to focus on and what not, right? So let's start with the first card, group number 1, and you have the Void. Now, for the Void, actually, I'll start with this. So with the card with the Void, let me show it to you. It's the card number 1. Now, frequency number 1 means, of course, new beginnings. And you see this woman that is just laying down on the floor. She's sleeping, she's resting. And the thing is, when there's this number 1, you know that something is about to start. But you just have to put yourself together because you're about to start a new chapter. You are out of your comfort zone. So frequency of 1 is new things, new beginnings. So think about it. A new beginning will always be something out of your comfort zone, right? If you move to a new city, if you go to a new job, if you are about to start a new relationship, if you're about to get a divorce, it's like a new beginning of like an era that you're so not familiar with. And so it can be really tiring. Like every day, just making important decisions can be so tiring. So another example that could be very simple is, like, let's say that you're trying to get a visa, you're trying to do like governmental paperwork, okay? And it's the first time, let's say, that you're registering a business. So you're entering a new chapter, but every single thing of like going to the office, having to make an appointment, bringing your info, photocopies, and all of that, is just because it's so foreigner and you're not in autopilot mode, it takes a lot of your energy. And let's say going to traveling 2 hours to get to your job or get to your school could be more tiring than what you are doing. That may only take half an hour, but because of the lack of familiarity is that it really weighs on you. So month of June, I really feel like that's what it is about. You're starting something new. You're starting a new chapter, or you're doing something that you haven't done in the past, and so everything feels so heavy, so tiring. Not bad, like not like depressing. It's just that it just takes a lot of from you. And when things take a toll from you, then you need to rest a lot, right? You also have, you're very close to achieving your goal and bring love into the situation as well. So there's the Aquarius energy as well, and bring love into the situation. In this case, for the month of June, while I'm saying this whole thing of, feeling this void, because it's like this sense of unfamiliarity, and being out of your comfort zone, then bringing love means being patient with yourself, right? Not frustrating yourself because you're not getting right from the first time. Like right now, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I rescue a puppy. So if you ever hear like noise in the background, it's her. But because this is the second time around that I have a puppy from like a puppy stage, because a lot of people, they adopt dogs not from like a puppy stage. I feel like I already know a little bit what to expect, so I can be a bit more patient with myself. But if it were to be completely the first time, I'm sure that will be more stress. I'm sure that will be more like mad at myself and thinking that I need to get results like within days. And I just want to make it clear, because this is like the first time you're doing something. It's something completely new. And so be patient with yourself. Bring love into the situation. Talk to yourself with a lot of love. Now you also have this fifth house and Sagittarius energy as well. So far right now, the predominant energies are Aquarius. Aquarius also is a very humanitarian energy. It's a very like friendly energy. Like it is, the Aquarius could be very antisocial like in person, but they will always be helping others. They will always want to be part of a cause. So it's just saying that you need to, maybe you sometimes help others all the time, but this is a time that you have to focus your energy inwards and take care of yourself and pamper yourself and be patient with yourself, and even ask help if you need to. There's also like the message of you're very close to achieving your goal, and I will be asking a little bit more about this later in the reading. Now, with this fifth house and the Sagittarius energy that belongs to the ninth house. Now, the fifth house, it's also the energy of Leo. It does belong, it is the sun, the planet, the sun. So it is a very powerful house, and it's all about having fun, connecting with other people, connecting with your emotions of excitement. So it's all about passion. Okay, it's not all the like rainbow of emotions. It's the excitement one, the passionate one, this self-confidence and being assured of yourself. And so definitely your angels are telling you that for the month of June, there's two scenarios for you. Some of you are actually going to be traveling with this Sagittarius energy. You are, or whatever you're doing, it's freeing yourself somehow, geographically speaking, and also freeing your mind to have the chance to meet a new culture, a new place, pamper yourself with like new tradition, absorb, like when you travel abroad, it's like absorb other people's culture and like be exposed to other people's tradition, maybe other religions. So this Sagittarius energy also does say that there's going to be luck for you in the month of June, and that you will have the opportunity to be open to experiment. And with the fifth house, because it's a house of passion, the house also of like dating, the house of entertainment, the house of like more like kinky stuff as well. So that could be also like the door that opens for you of like trying different things for the month of June, trying new things that you may have never thought you would be interested in. you also have this Earth School life lesson, soul growth, study, higher learning card. So definitely something, when there's a frequency of number one, because you're trying something new, it is normal and it's to be expected to like bump into walls. And it's more about like a life lesson and life test of like how do you actually react to everything that's going on, because whatever happens, it's happens to everyone, but how we react really does reflect who we are, where we are in life, how are we feeling. So you may get into a lot of bumps in the month of June, but really they're like pretty much testing you. And I also do think that there's this really big chance for you in June to have like the opportunity to experiment completely new things, whether it's like you learning about a new religion, you being more adventurous, you traveling with friends, let's say, and you have never traveled with friends, or staying at a hostel, let's say, like things that you're like, I would never. Let me think of other things. Like for me, it's like staying at a hostel. I wouldn't, so that's why. No disrespect to like hostels or anything. I'm just saying like that will be like, to me, that will be an experience that I will be excited and afraid at the same time. So think of like things that you would be like, no, I would never be necessarily interested, but then something happens and boom. Also, for some of you, could be dating someone who's completely out of your comfort zone, out of like what you usually expect to date as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's look now at the things to do, things not to do, and predictions. Now, group number one, if you have made it to this point of the reading, this is the perfect time to just hit that button and subscribe, to give it a like, leave a comment, even if it's like an emoji or just saying like, I picked pile one. Don't give too much away. Like if you give like something away, then don't put the pile, because some people, that it makes it even more difficult for them to pick if they see comments that has both the pile number and the opinion. Okay, and let's see, what is it that they should be focusing their energy on versus yeah, in the beginning of the month of June, you'll feel like you have no strength. You feel like you're like living in a dream, like you're in an illusion. You don't know how to get back to reality. Everything is so uncertain. There's so much confusion, and you have to like let that sink in. You have to let yourself feel that way, because you may instead look in those first 10 days of June, you may be like tempted to instead be fantasizing of the options you have or the options you think you may have, rather than like confronting the situation you're in. So let me give you an analogy, okay? Let's say that you're just going through a divorce and this is something completely new. So you have your angels, your spirit guides are telling you, really feel that uncertainty, really go deep. And it's not about healing yet, but about accepting how uncertain everything feels, how you're not in control, right, of a divorce. This is something that two people wanted, and it's something that it's a legal stuff, and it's not something that is simple, okay? This is just an example. And so you feel so like in a dream, out of control, like, and you have to feel it, because what you will be tempted to do is instead be like, once that I'm single, oh yeah, I'm gonna be flirting again, blah blah blah. And you know that it's just your mind, your ego trying to not focus on how powerless you feel right now. And when you do that, when you escape, when you just try to imagine, and you're trying to like look at other possibilities and just trying to think of the future and using your imagination to escape from your current situation, you're also not reflecting, and if you're not going through and really registering a situation, you are lacking the opportunity of taking responsibility and later on also do all the healing. And and I feel like this is why sometimes people's healing takes so long. It's because they're not present during the situation. Okay. So I just feel like whatever it is that you're going through, like a breakup, a divorce, a change of cities, like a new house. Maybe for you it's like marriage. You don't know, like you love this person so much, but it's such a new experience for you, and living with this person, and you're so confused. You don't know how to do things, and rather of like planning your next vacation with this person and trying to escape your situation in your mind. Really be self-aware of like how helpless, out of power you feel, because only when we touch bottom is that we like want to go back to the surface. Okay, let's look at the middle of June. I'm telling you, this type of reading really works for me. When the puppy came into my life, it was like a big no for me, because of like I'm not going to be rescuing any like pets right now, because I'm not adopting any. I could be rescuing them, but I won't be adopting any, because my dog just passed away 4 months ago, and so it was not in my plans. But then I went back to my predictions and advice, mainly the advice, and it was very clear, because I had like reasons why I wouldn't. And then that was what they told me not to focus on, because that may not even be real, and to focus on this other thing. So I really feel like a lot of decisions I have made in the month of May with this structure of reading is just, it gives you so much guidance. Okay, so now in the middle of June, so from June 10th to the June 20th, the energy they want you to be focusing on is more this like intuitive, mysterious, spiritual, higher power energy, rather than, this Queen of Wands is also someone who's pretty spiritual, pretty magical, but is much more out there. So you have the High Priestess, which is the energy they recommend you, and the Queen of Wands, that's the energy they're telling you not to focus on so much. So the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands, what they have in similarity is that magical spiritual side of them, that being respectful of nature, being respectful of the forces that exist in this world. Okay, but the Queen of Wands is more like out there, like maybe making more of a show out of it, maybe being more outspoken, while the High Priestess, she will be, imagine that it's two type of witches. Okay, one that tells everyone about her capacities and like her gifts, and the High Priestess is someone who is very reserved and does not divulge any of her stuff, because for her own reasons, she's very discreet. She rather not know people not know about her and her gifts, and everything she does, she takes it very seriously. While a Queen of Wands, also because it's a very strong fire energy, they're looking outwards, and she's looking for acknowledgement, and she's looking for a crowd. So they're telling you that spiritual, magical side of yours, that intuitive side of yours, it's good. But at least from June 10th to June 20th, maybe there are dreams of yours, maybe there's an intuition of yours, maybe, someone is lying to you and you can tell right away, but they're telling you keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself, don't divulge it yet, because the Queen of Wands is very confrontational. Like, she will not think twice, because she's not scared, so she will right away put someone in their place and be like, hey, I know this, I actually have pictures of this, I have these messages, I know all of this. While the High Priestess actually keeps her ace under the sleeve, and she will wait for the right time, like the best time, where she will have the advantage, and she will then divulge what she knows. But so from June 10th to June 20th, maybe there's something that you kind of want to tell someone, or want to tell someone, hey, I know the truth, but it's like, no, you have to be more discreet about it. Okay. Let's see for the end of June, for the last 10 days of the month of June. Seven of Wands. When there's so many cards coming out, I don't take them. Seven of Wands rather than the Star. Okay, yeah. So it's like rely on your own power rather than like just the belief. So for the end of June, they're telling you that it's really important for you to actually be proactive, to be actively protecting yourself as well and protecting the ones that you love or protecting your achievements. You have to defend yourself, protect your territory, stand for yourself, hold your ground, set your boundaries, rather than maybe you may just have this positivity, this hope that things will just, take care of them by it themselves. But no, they're telling you you have to be proactive. So for the last 10 days of June, there may be situations that you think like, okay, well, I told my manager about this and now I'll just leave it to them or to that higher power. And it's like, no, you have to be part of like the action that's being taken to protect your territory. You need to hold your ground. Could be also that, maybe you were going through a divorce or maybe there was like something going on in your relationship and maybe there was something going on in your relationship. You kind of set a boundary and you are kind of loosening up a bit by the end of June, and they're telling you no, you need to still hold your ground. Could be that you made a threat and then you're kind of like rethinking it at the end of June and you're like, maybe I'll just, have hope that he has really changed or she has really changed. And it's like, no. This is not about being dreamful. A dreamer is not about being a dreamer right now. It's not about having faith. It's about you proactively making things happen or stopping from people to do things or stopping from some things to happen, right? So you have to be you shouldn't losing up whatever you were doing, whatever like you were standing, like you were holding your ground. Don't stop doing it, okay? Now let's see what other predictions they can share with you at this moment. There's this one card. I saw a card flip. One second, I just saw a card flip. So, here we go. 10 of Pentacles. So this is a great, amazing energy if this is amazing energy, mainly when it comes to your finances, investments. Maybe some of you receiving inheritance, maybe some of you receiving money from family members, or your investments actually doing very well in the month of June. For some of you as well, the month of June could be really important because it's a month of you being able to find your forever home, or kind of buying your home, buying an apartment, getting your keys for your apartment. Having a level of privilege of a house or maybe an inheritance, that's a privilege because not everyone, when they pass away, they can give you something, they can leave something behind. So this 10 of coins is definitely an abundant privilege or like a money privilege for sure. This is something that will positively affect your finances and or your family finances as well. There's also this 5 of Cups. And this is a level of disappointment, could be with someone or something in a situation. You feel like you were let down or you feel like you let yourself down. With this 5 of Cups, there's this feeling of like, okay, I let myself down emotionally and there's a lot of regrets. And I just think that that's why that Aquarius energy of like bring love into this situation. A message was there because you may feel really guilty or you may kind of gravitate towards that energy, that emotion, and guilt is one of the lowest energy levels that you can ever be in. So my advice is always take responsibility, but responsibility and guilt are two different things. There are no guilty people, there's no guilty party, there's no such a thing as a guilty party. It's there is responsibility, and there's people that are responsible for things that happened or things that did not happen. And so also with the Four of Pentacles, there is like in the month of June, I feel like because there's a like influx of money, or like your business is doing really well in the month of June, with this Four of Coins, also feel like you're saving money, you're setting money aside, and you're being very careful with your finances. Okay, group number 1, I hope that this reading really, was good for you, and I'll see you in the next pick a card. Hi there, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. I'm Fernanda. I'm the tarot reader and psychic behind all the pick a cards that you can find in this YouTube channel. Also, I have my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, for anyone who's interested in a private reading. So now let's start with your reading. Let's start with your predictions for the month of June. And just remember to, take only what resonates and leave the rest. And let's look at your first card. So you have number 39, which really 3 plus 9 is 12, and 1 plus 2, it is the frequency of number 3. So, and this is the card of creation. Now, when it comes to creation, this is giving birth to new ideas. This is, if you're putting something out there in the world, that means that you are, or the month of June for you, it's a month in which you are actually channeling a lot of information from the database. So your crown chakra must be pretty open throughout the month of June. Also, when we create things, that means that yes, we're channeling energy as well, but also we are hitting a time in our lives that we feel inspiration, that we feel inspired. So that will be what June will be for you, a month of inspiration where you actually have new ideas and you are birthing those new ideas and putting them in motion. So imagine that you are a writer that, you have been going through this like blockage and like this writer blockage, and the month of June will be completely different. Let's say that you have your own business and your business is doing well. The month of June could mean that it is the month that you get ideas of new products, new services to be adding on the list on your website, on your business, So it's just because June seems to be a time where you're adding more, you're expanding, you're creating, you feel inspired. And yeah. Let's see, you have also the house number 9, the ninth house. You got the ascendant. Okay, so with the 9th house, this is, and you also got Saturn. Okay, so planet. So the energies that you can find in here so far for the month of June are the energies of Capricorn because of Saturn. The 9th house is actually the energy of Sagittarius and the planet of Jupiter. And then the ascendant, this is how we are perceived and also how we perceive the world. How do we show up to the world? And our ascendant is also the tools we have to get to our purpose. So look at your ascendant. If you don't know your ascendant, you can just go on Google, put your date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, and then it will give you your ascendant. And then you can look up what are the strengths from this zodiac sign. So let's say you could be at Taurus, but your ascendant is, let's say, in Aquarius. So it's like, okay, what are the strengths of this zodiac sign? And so that is what's coming up to the surface for the month of June for you. So imagine that if your ascendant were to be Scorpio, ascendant Scorpio, this more mystical, profound, deep thinking, deep reflective, transformative energy is coming out for you in the month of June. So look at your ascendant. It just seems that that energy is coming afloat, is coming to the surface for the month of June. Now, also with the ninth house, this is about foreign travel. This is about meeting people that are like foreigners as well. This could be about like you learning a new language, you studying really hard, like learning a new language. Whenever it's like several cards coming out, I don't take them. I like to one by one, like whenever it comes out one by one, in case that you're wondering why I'm just putting them back. It will be a month of seeking, of being open to new things, to new experiences. But even more, I just feel like this whole thing of higher education, higher thinking, uh, being open to like learn a new language, making a breakthrough. Like maybe you could be already studying a different language, and but it's you being able, like you making a breakthrough in the month of June finally. You also have this energy of Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Okay, I'll talk about this. And this makes sense because you got the ninth house, which is a very spiritual, religious, more, yeah, open minded, philosophical energy. And then you got Saturn, which is earth element, which is more about like responsibility and practicality for sure. So it's like you have to have this balance between, find this harmony and balance in the month of June of spirituality and practicality. So you could be in one extreme or the other, and the month of June is the opportunity for you to be finding balance in between these two worlds, right? And also this is like not everything is black and white, not everything is good or bad, not everything is true or a lie. And so I just feel like you will have the opportunity to find like a gray line, or like be more open to like in between conclusion in the month of June. Uh, wait one second. In between. When you like, they're just talking about concession. Like maybe you're gonna have to make a concession in the month of June. Compromise, concession in the month of June. Okay. Like a middle point, like you, and there's also luck is on your side, which of course this is, this is here also because of the ninth house. It is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of luck, so it's already telling you luck is on your side. And so I also feel like anything that you create this month of June, like anything that like all whatever creation, whatever idea you're having in the month of June, and you're implementing it, right, you're like kind of taking advantage of that momentum, will actually give good results. And this is why luck is on your side. Now, the opportunity of creation is there in June. You could like you spend June and be like, well, nothing happened. Well, do you have great ideas? Yeah, but do you actually start like doing something about them, or you just thought that out of nowhere like things were going to happen? So this is just something I want to also clarify, because energies means that there are doors that are open to you, there are opportunities, but if you don't jump on them, there's nothing else that the universe can do for you. This is why we are a three-dimensional world, because like we physically have to do things as well. So the inspiration, like the muse of inspiration, will come to you, but you do need to take action on it. And now with Saturn as well, Saturn is the planet of wisdom, the planet of authority, the energy of Capricorn. It's discipline, structure, responsibility. There may be a lot of tests in the month of June to kind of test you on your self-control, on your compromise, on your commitment. And I just feel like month of June, if it's this such a creative month, but at the same time it's like you have to be responsible for the things that you do or you don't. And I just think that And maybe for some time you have been asking for an opportunity again of things gaining momentum, because maybe in the past you had chances or opportunities and you didn't jump on them. And this time is like you're going to take responsibility. You also have the card of big picture thinking, visionary, inspire ideas. So 100% the month of June for you will just be a month of inspiration and having great or amazing ideas. So right now the energies I'm seeing are the energy of Sagittarius came out twice. You also got the energy of Pisces and the energy of Saturn. Okay, sorry, the energy of Capricorn. So you have this Three of Swords. So now let's look at what is it like where you should be focusing your attention to, your energy to, based on what's going to be happening in your life. And then also I'll give you a couple of predictions for the month of June. But really this dynamic of instead receiving like where you should be focusing your energy on or towards to is much better than like just predictions, because trust me, the month of May in the month of May came a lot of unexpected things, and because I did a similar reading for myself, it was so much peaceful to navigate the month of May. So hope that you appreciate this dynamic. Okay, so for the first 10 days of the month of June, you have this Three of Swords, and this is all about healing, forgiveness, recovering, and you should be focusing your energy on achieving that rather than being like having a pity party, right? Or being petty as well, like just you like swimming in guilt or swimming in regret rather than being proactively healing. You may be tempted of like whatever is going on in your life to just kind of stay in that stage of regret or guilt or disappointment. Like, I'm so disappointed at someone. Okay, but you also have to take responsibility for your own doing of like if you trusted, let's say if you are disappointed at your boss that didn't give you, let's say that your boss fired you, and you're like, I'm very disappointed and I'm very sad. Okay, but take responsibility. So in your case, maybe you already saw it coming. You saw coming that your boss really didn't care about its people, really only care about money. Maybe he will like push around you all the time. He will like not respect deadlines. He will put you under a lot of stress. So he showed you several times that he didn't care about your well-being. So you also have to take responsibility for it. And when we take responsibility, that's also when we when we heal, we were then later on able to take responsibility. And right now you're just being like, I feel disappointed of this, I feel regret or guilt. Like, there's no guilty party, there's only responsible people. So they are really encouraging you to just focus your energy on healing, on recovering, on on reconciliating as well. If this is something that has to, there's a reconciliation in the picture, in the cards. They are pushing you towards that rather than just having this pity party and trying to just play this game of blaming each other. Okay, so then in the middle of June, Six of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Before I move forward, this is the time to remind you to subscribe, to give it a like, to leave a comment. This really helps for the channel to keep growing, and I just realized that 95% of you that watch my content every week are not yet subscribed, so I would really appreciate if you subscribe right now. And you also already know that if you want a private reading for the month of June, you can just go to my website, tarotbyfernanda.com. Alrighty, so for the mid-June, so from June 10th to June 20th, it is a time of giving back to your community. It's a time of taking care of others.
without expecting anything back. And I think also like they're telling you of keeping things professional. So you may be kind of tempted to turn a certain connection, a work connection, maybe you were helping someone, maybe you were like, yeah, like maybe you were assisting or helping someone, and you may be tempted to make this or turn this connection into a romantic one, but they're telling you that this is not the right time. They're not telling you that it's wrong, but just that's not the right time or where you should be focusing your energy in the month of, well, in the month of June, in the mid of June, right? So that is like, you should be like more focused on sharing or giving, on helping others, like genuinely being an altruist, giving your support, lending a hand, giving back to others what other people have given to you, rather than you kind of developing or being focusing on that attraction you may feel with this person, or this connection you may feel with this person. Maybe you want to offer help in a romantic scenario, but right now they are really suggesting you to just offer your help without strings, okay? And this could also mean like if you have met someone that is really interesting, it's just like develop a friendship or develop, like be part of the community first before you just like connect or like create a relationship with this person. And this could also mean like, let's say you just you just join a new workplace, you just join a new school, you just moved somewhere, and it's like you are eager of like just, there's so many like good looking people, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to like have a relationship with someone, and they're like, no, be part of the community first, get to know everyone, lend a hand, be like a real, like focus on giving back to others, or like creating meaningful connections that are not necessarily romantic, okay? Let's see. Alrighty, and with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups, this is all about like, there are times which this Ten of Cups of like, it's more about like focusing on family and happiness, but right now this is not. At the last 10 days of June, they're telling you there will be situations or opportunities or experiences or people that come into your life, and you will be tempted to just, kind of focus on family or using that as an excuse in a way. And, they're telling you like the last 10 days of June is a time of taking action. It is a time of like being direct, being very assertive, being very daring, be so focused on your plans, on your goals. Maybe like this Knight of Swords doesn't get too much rest, but this is right now where you should be putting like your time and effort rather than staying in the comfort of your home. Also, it's all about like being very daring and being very direct, rather than like, could be that you're in a situation in which other family members are involved, and you're like, well, it's okay, I'm not gonna charge you anything because you're family. No worries, like you're friends of a family member, or you're friends with me, I'm not gonna charge you anything. And you put aside things that also are more urgent for you, that are actually paid as well, just because you're like, no, that's okay, I'm gonna prioritize right now family. And they're telling you, there's a time for everything, and right now the time is for you to be very honest, very direct, and go after your dream. And I feel like it's time sensitive right now. Like there's some actions that you have to take, and they're time sensitive. Also, it's like this whole thing of like you needing to be a bit more competitive at the end of the month, rather than just being like a friend to everyone. Let's see if there is any other predictions for you for the month of June. because this was more of like guidance. King of Cups, Six of Wands, so all of these cards are really good. All these energies are really good. You got the Six of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and also the King of Cups. And now there could be the opportunity for you to have like a mentor throughout the month of June, or you kind of being a mentor for someone else. I just feel like you have this very diplomatic, this very like well balanced and stable demeanor of yours and of your own. And I feel like you can be like a counselor, or you can counsel someone, or you can have access to a counselor. And with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands, this is all about like you getting the acknowledgement that you were looking for, hitting a milestone that you were really like, yeah, just a milestone. It's not necessarily your end goal, but it is a milestone, something that is proving you that you are on the right path, that you are on the right path, and you will be soon hitting other goals as well. You also get acknowledgement from others, I find. And so this could be like if you are hitting this more creative time of your life, and you're maybe publishing your content, maybe you're like putting it out there, you're gonna get really good feedback, and it's gonna feel really, really, really good. And with this Eight of Wands as well, it just feels like if things were like kind of going a bit slower in life for you, in June, mainly at the end of June, you're going to see how things are actually picking up, and things are developing much faster, and maybe projects as well that were like kind of on hold for some time, they're finally picking up. So group number 2, thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence, your patience, your energy, your good vibes, and I hope I will get to see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. I'm Fernanda. I'm the tarot reader and psychic behind all the pick a cards that you can find in this YouTube channel. First of all, an apology for the noise in the background, if there's any. I recently rescued a puppy from the streets, and she is at the puppy stage where she plays, she bites, she sleeps, and she destroys everything. So yeah, that said, let's start with your reading, group number 3. And also, before I forget, in case that you also would like to have your private reading for your predictions of the month of June, or if you at any point wish to have a private reading with me, you can just go to tarotbyfernanda.com. Okay, so let's start with your reading. And so you got the card number 36, which 3 plus 6 is actually number 9. So frequency of 9, this is what they're telling you about. And you also got the card with the word patience. So you can see this person that she is holding a red balloon, and she's kind of waiting for this, like, I guess maybe for a path to open. And so it's like whenever the frequency of 9 comes out, this is like the last number. Jaquel. Good girl. I think she's playing with her toys. So whenever you see the frequency of number 9, that means that you're at the end of like a long journey. And so you are kind of like hitting your goal finally. And there's nothing else that you should do or that you can do at this moment other than waiting. So everything that you needed to do, all the decisions that you needed to make, they're like the cards have been dealt, and now it's just you waiting for a response. And it also makes me think of like when someone is actually negotiating something with someone, and it's like, okay, I did my best with this negotiation, and the rest I leave it to the person in front of me. It's like some of you could be like waiting to hear back from someone in the month of June, and it's like you just have this peace of mind of like, okay, whatever I needed to do, whatever I needed to say, whatever I needed to communicate, I have done it already, and the rest is out of my hands at this point. Or all the effort, all the studying, all the action that needed to be happening before expecting anything, it's done. So now I'm just waiting. I'm sitting down. There's nothing I have to do at this point other than waiting and hearing back. So it's out of my hands at this point. And I feel like that is the message for you, and that is what the month of June will be all about. You also have Pluto. Pluto is the Scorpio energy. It also represents the eighth house, which is a house of inheritance, traumas, transformation, darkness, shadow work. And so with Pluto being in here, this is all about renewal and that personal power, like connecting with that personal power. And it just feels like it lets me know that because you're in that frequency of 9, a lot of things are changing, because it's like when you're finishing a book, you know, when a movie is about to end, or a book you're about, like you're reading a book, storybook, a fiction book, at the end, like the last chapters is where everything happens. And the same thing in a movie. It's like there's this climax, and then at the end, there's so much that happens at the end. And so there's big transformation going on for you, because you are at the end of this big book of your life. You also have this Virgo energy. Now, Virgo energy, it's a earth energy, it's an earth element, and then Pluto, it's water. So with Virgo, this is all about your health, all about like natural medicine. It's all about also, like, I'll say, perfectionism and being very like self-critical, or critical with oneself, like having high standards for yourself and for others as well. So I just feel like in the month of June, although it's not Virgo season, you're connecting more with that energy, Virgo and also Scorpio energy. Transformative, but also being very honest, being very self-critical, expecting a lot from yourself. And with Virgo energy also, it lets me know that you will be like more aligned with your routine in the month of June, and you will be putting more focus on your health as well and your fitness journey. Now, you also have the Aries energy in here with a message saying it's time to take action. So right now it's like you're being patient. You have to like let things happen. And I do think that once that you, of course, receive the answer, or receive, you know, the door finally opens, like the opportunity finally arrives, something you have been waiting for, something that you have been working really hard for all this time, all along, then it is really important for you to take action on this, to yeah to honor all the effort that you have put into this to happen. So this could be this could be anything, right? Now, you also have, you're very close to achieving your goal, and you also have this other card of you and your loved ones are safe. So this is Cancer energy, which is also a water sign. So maybe in the month of June, there could be family matters that kind of keep you a bit worried for a second there, for a minute there, but you'll see that everything will sort out on its own. There's not much that you can do either, and so with this Cancer energy as well, this could be your home. This could be something going on in your home, or you know, if you live with your parents, could be like your parents, something is going on with them, and it's just like the people that you love, that you care for, you think that they're going through like a hard time, but no worries, it will be good, they will be fine. So you have this message of you're not for everyone, embrace your weirdness and face your true north. And this is all about you being authentic and just understanding that that you are an acquired taste, and that you are not a size fit all type of person, and you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea either. And as long as you show yourself unapologetically and authentically, things will work out for you. Now, that said, let's look at your angel's advice for the month of June. And I'm telling you that this really works. I honestly I did this for the month of May, and for me, I don't even touch predictions. I really just focus on angels' advice, and that really helped me on navigating better the month and making decisions that brought me peace, because there were a lot of unexpected things in the month of May. Alrighty, so for the month of June for you, you got the Three of Wands. You got the Page of Swords. And you got a King of Swords. And then the Not to Do. You have the Sun. Okay, got it. You also got the Ace of Swords. Sorry, too many cards. And let's see. The World. Okay. Interesting. So, okay. They're pushing you to expansion, to growth with this Three of Wands, of like new adventure, to like be seeking that next chapter, right? But with the Sun, it's like you may be tempted, instead of having unrealistic expectations, I feel like you may instead also wish to stay where you are because you feel like happy. But I'm getting more like this feeling of like your happiness is not bound to a place or to a person or to a time of your life. And so although yes, you are happy, you may be tempted to be like, I'm just gonna hold on to this moment of time, this chapter in life. They're telling you that you have to move on. So that's like the first 10 days of June. There will be doors opening to you. There will be like a lot of opportunities for you to move on and maybe completely change your life, get out of your comfort zone, be adventurous in some type of way. But yeah, so with the Sun, the energy that you may be tempted to get stuck on is like this, thinking that your happiness is dependable to a specific person and place, a job, but that's something you can carry with yourself. And also I feel like there is like there's this also like this energy of like a little kid that doesn't want to grow up, and like because the next chapter may ask from you to have more responsibility or to hold yourself to higher standards, and like that's something that you like intimidates you or something that you don't want at this moment, because also maybe this new chapter has to be on your own. There's something like that, and like you rather being pampered, being like being a place where everyone cares about you, your needs and all of that, and you're treated like a kid even if you are an adult, and they care about your needs. Maybe you are in the fence of like moving out of your home, and it's like, but I have my dad and my mom cooks for me and my mom does my laundry, and it's like because you're happy. But the thing is, you are at a time, and everything in your body, everything in your spirit is telling you intuitively it's time to move on, it's time to fly. Then you also have this Page of Swords and the Ace of Sword. So they're telling you to be like, the energy of the air energy is all about communication. It's all about like the mental energy, and they are telling you that you should be more on the lookout for news rather than like be attentive to news, be attentive to other people's actions as well, be more present on social media, being kind of on the lookout, and be alert. That's the thing, being alert, be vigilant right now, rather than like, it's like with the Ace of Swords, it's like a new way of thinking, but so also you're accepting something as the truth. And they're telling you to be on the lookout, because I feel like the information that you're going to be receiving mid-June is not all the information. It's not complete. It's not full. Like, it's not like the truth. So they are telling you to be on the lookout and to be alert. Then you also have this King of Swords, and this is along, like we continue with this air energy. Now there's a lot of air energy, and it's normal because in the month of June, mainly the last 10 days or the last 8 days, it's the beginning of June is the Gemini season, and then you also have some Cancer energy, and that's normal as well because the last 8 days or 9 days, it's Cancer season. Okay? And so they're telling you that to focus on your responsibility, on making the right choice, on like holding on yourself and others to your high standards, being disciplined, be the image of authority and lead by example as well. There's something about like you want to, like you feeling like it's time to throw the towel in a way. Oh no, I get it. Okay, at the end of June, there is this sense of belonging. So this is about blind loyalties. And so they're telling you you may be tempted to do something that you know that is not right, or to give reason to someone while you know that they are in the wrong. And it's like you have to lead by example. You have to be like, people think that you represent the authority, and so you have to be fair. You have to be on the side of justice, because you may have a blind loyalty to other people or to a thing or a organization or a time of your life, but you have to like make the top decisions. Jacket. Let's see what other predictions I have for you in the month of June. Okay, so you got the Wheel of Fortune, you got the Strength card. That's Leo energy. So the Fortune, this is definitely unexpected things happening. Things that you may or may not have seen coming, to be honest, and that completely change your luck, and there are very decisive moments in your life. You also have the Leo energy, and this is bravery. This is confidence, inner power, also a very special connection with nature and anything that comes from nature. So this could also like kind of complement a bit that Virgo energy of like you being more in touch with your body, with nature, and you also being more like self-aware of your health. And with Judgment, this is like a second chance. This is like moving on. This is like kind of like reflecting and reconnecting with your purpose as well. So these are your predictions for the month of June. Group number 3. I'm sorry about the noise, but it is what it is. And I feel like a mom with a newborn. So yeah, I hope to see you on the next pick a card. Bye.